I played a losing game in retirement for a long time without even realizing it. I found myself constantly watching other people, neighbors, friends at church, even people online. And I found myself asking, how do they do it? They have it all together. They seem to have qualities and traits that I don't have. But I found myself admiring things about these other people. And then a famous line from Clint Eastwood's Dirty Harry came to mind. Dirty Harry said, "A man's got to know his limitations." You know, there's some truth in that statement. But I think Dirty Harry missed the point if he thinks we should focus on our limitations. It's fine to honor what we can't do, understand our limitations, but when we focus on them, we lose sight of reality. There's a massive difference between honoring our limitations and obsessing over them. And today I show you the exact, what I call inner muscle I started lifting in order to smash that trap. It completely transformed my retirement chapter. When I compared myself to others, I faced a harsh and brutal reality about myself. I can wallow in envy, I discovered. I can be bitter and jealous because they have some skill or talent or trait that I seem to lack. I had to change my approach. I had to stop staring at what I lacked and think about what I actually do have. And when I look closely at my life, I know I still have a deep capacity to love well, to grow, to learn. And the moment I chose to focus on those even small strengths instead of my shortcomings, the envy seemed to fade away. I view this inner strength exactly like a physical muscle or a plant in my garden. If you neglect it, it becomes weak. I cycle a lot. And when I'm off my bicycle for a few weeks, my legs become weak. You see, without exercise, our muscle, our internal muscle even, become merely potential. They only grow through exercise. So I started looking at my small strengths, patience, storytelling, or just good listening, being a good neighbor, and tried to put them to work every day. And day by day, I found that they get a little bit stronger. This progress moves slowly, and let's face it, it can be discouraging, and I know about that. But I remind myself, no skill in my life arrived overnight. I didn't learn to walk overnight. I didn't learn to talk overnight. I had to crawl before I walked and walk before I ran. It's a process. And in this retirement chapter of my life, friend, I value progress over arrival. Besides, I look at the clock and I ask myself, what else do I have to do? Why not lift a few internal weights? Why not build a little spiritual muscle? I don't have anything better to do except to try to become a better version of myself. And I realized this goes far beyond me just passing the time. It dawned on me the other day that building this inner muscle serves a purpose greater than my own comfort. My children and my grandchildren, and someday my great-grandchildren that I have 5 of, will watch me and they will think about my life. And you know, success rarely comes easily. We persevere and we still work at it. But they notice these gradual changes. They see me act a little kinder than I used to. They notice when I care a little bit more. Expressing affection was never part of my young life, but I can do it better than I used to, and they notice that year over year. You see, friend, the ones we love don't demand perfection, but they do like to see some progress. And that progress is what builds an authentic legacy. Comparing myself to someone else is a losing game. The only comparison that matters is who I am today versus who I was yesterday. Because like I always say, you only lose if you quit. And you only make progress if you take that first small step. Drop a comment below. Tell me if you're going to exercise that inner muscle this week. I read every comment, and if you want to break another major retirement trap, click on this video where I dismantle it completely.